Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. I'd ask for your approval of the agenda. Moved by Bob, seconded by Marilyn. As you can see tonight, we are short two members. Dieter and Aaron are not going to be with us, but we still have enough for a quorum, so we shall carry on with our regular meeting. It's been moved by Bob, seconded by Marilyn, that we approve the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? Let the record show there is none. Ask for declaration of conflict of interest or general nature thereof. Is there any? Let the record show there is none. Adoption of the minutes, May the 15th, 2024. I have a mover and a seconder, please. Moved by Marilyn, seconded by Bob. Any errors, omission, or discussion arising out of those minutes? Let the record show that there is none. Before we go to severance applications, I've always made it known that if someone wishes to speak to any of the matter pertaining to the severances, minor variances, raise your hand, and if I don't recognize you, one of the other committee members will, and you'll be offered the chance to speak. Come to the table, turn the microphone on so everybody can hear, and we'll go from there. Severance application B69-2023, Magnolia Lane file. Emma, give us a preamble, please.
All right, through you, Mr. Chair. So consent application B69-2023 is seeking approval to sever the subject property to reestablish two separately conveyable parcels that were inadvertently merged by operation of the Planning Act. There is a concurrent application for minor variance to facilitate this proposed severance that will be discussed later on the agenda. The proposed severed parcel has a lot area of approximately 0.259 hectares. And with 25 meters of frontage on Beaver Lake, there's an existing cottage, bunkie, shed, and garage. The proposed retained parcel has a lot area of 0.3 hectares approximately, with 35.9 meters of frontage on Beaver Lake, and is developed with a cottage. So again, the applicant is seeking approval to separate these parcels that were inadvertently merged and to create an easement over the severed parcel in favor of the retained to provide access to Magnolia Lane. The subject lands are designated rural in the township official plan and are zoned residential limited service in the township zoning bylaw. So the existing single detached dwellings and accessory structures are permitted in the RLS zone. Again, there is some relief required, which will be addressed in the subsequent minor variance application. The proposed development generally meets the intent of the provincial policy statement and the County of Lennox and Addington official plan, as well as the Township of Stone Mills official plan. It's the intent of the official plan to not unnecessarily prevent the continuation of existing non-conforming or non-complying uses, provided that when considering a change to an existing non-conforming, non-complying use, the existing conflict, scale, and intensity proposal and creation of adverse effects should be considered. On balance, the proposed reduction in minimum lot area, frontage, and setbacks will not result in any adverse impacts, as it's proposed to reestablish two separately conveyable parcels. So based on this, the proposed severance meets the intent of the official plan. So it's our recommendation to committee, staff's recommendation to approve the application as proposed.
Thank you, Emma. Committee members have any concerns or questions? Anyone in the audience? Okay, I ask either approve or deny. Move to approve, Bob? Thanks, Marilyn. All those in favor? Carried. B11-2024, unaddressed McGill Road, Fenwick. Emma, please.
All right, through you, Mr. Chair. Consent application B11-2024 is proposing a lot addition from McGill Road to an adjacent parcel.
before you-
The intention is to add land to an existing property that's developed with a single detached dwelling.
Before you go any further, Emma, I see, and I've read where it's to be deferred.
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, Quinte Conservation. So if we look at all the applications together for Severance 1, Severance 2, Severance 3, and Severance 4, Quinte Conservation requested deferral of Severance 2 following the completion of a more detailed karst assessment. So staff initially recommended deferral of all applications so they could be processed concurrently together. However, have no objections to the committee approving severances 1, 2, and 4. We'd also thought, had requested deferral in the event that the karst assessment maybe resulted in some changing of lot fabric and maybe some adjustments needed if severance 2 has to change. So that was the intention there. However, we did include recommended conditions should the committee choose to approve severances 1, 3, and 4.
Thank you, Emma. Committee members have questions, concerns? Star, George, you want to join us at the table? You have any concerns or questions? Is your red light on, Star? Didn't have all the switches turned on for you.
Bob, you and I went through this in 2000, what the year, 2000, we put that house up. I came to council and asked for a trailer to be put into the farm. And by the time I ended up, I ended up having to build a house. And the people who wanted were with you, I don't know, were you with the planning building in 2000? It was Dwayne Williams.
Oh, might as well put the blame on everybody
Well,
else is.
and one of the Browns, I don't know if it was Ray or Doug, helped me out.
Probably Doug.
And I ended up having to go to the county. The same thing that we're going through last night. They wanted me to build on the best field I had on the farm. You put that house down there and I refused. I wanted it right where it is now. At that time, it was nothing but prickly ash and junipers and rocks. And I built there and it proved out pretty good. Now, the other day, this guy from conservation comes out, and he had a little chip on his shoulder, and he spent maybe 10 minutes. And by the time he had gone, he had told me I was going to have to bulldoze to the rock a laneway up to where he wanted the house. And he didn't want to find any of these fissures. Now, anywhere if you dig up in our wonderful agriculture, you will find fissures. Now, I used to pasture 50 head of cattle there, no problem at all. I can't put my son and his wife and his son housed in that area. Jason picked out 6 acres for him to build in. I'd surely be able to find a spot where there's no fissures, or at least accountable for what we want to do. Build a house on land that is not in production, let's say. And we're coming across this problem, and I understand it's not just me. Where there's this particular type of soil. Like, can I not bring the soil in? I got a pile of soil back there in the farm. The Ducks Unlimited dug a great big hole to put their ducks in. And I can move it up and press it through.
Emma, you want to
Sure.
answer that?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I can hope to provide some more clarity on Quinte Conservation's comments. My understanding is, yes, they're concerned about the presence of karst topography. That's they're mandated to review for karst. It's considered a natural hazard under the provincial policy statement, just in that it's unstable bedrock. So our understanding, the recommendation for deferral is coming from Quinte's comments that they're just looking to confirm, have someone out to confirm the exact areas of karst on severed lot 2 from what they saw on their site visit. And then they're just looking for more confirmation that there is area to build a house on the lot. I believe the setback's 15 meters from identified karst. So the deferral is just coming from needing to have that additional assessment completed to confirm where exactly the karst topography is, and then confirming that there is an area outside of it that Quinte's satisfied with to be able to build a home. Fundamentally, from a planning perspective, no concerns with the severance, but we do need to be confirming that it meets the intent of the provincial policy statement, and that is why the karst comment resulted in us requesting deferral of a severed lot 2.
So what has to take place for that, whatever we have to do?
Yes, so typically the landowners, applicants would need to hire engineer or someone who's qualified in karst assessment, and they come and they complete additional sort of surveying and potentially test holes on the property to map out. They then provide maps of where the karst is, and then can say if there's area outside or show the areas outside. That then is resubmitted to Quinte in the township, who then reviews and gives the go ahead or not if there's area outside. So that's the process. It only came up for the severed lot 2. So that was the only one where they found it. So no concerns with severance 1, 3, or 4.
Yes, Merrill?
So I always bring this. Because it's complicated. Sorry, I always bring this lovely little thing as it explains about this. It's very complicated. And so my understanding is that if there's karst there, that there's a possibility that you would have a sinkhole. So if you built on it, your house could sink into it.
I don't think we're anywhere near a sinkhole.
Yes, Bob?
Is there a possibility of approving that with a condition that the Conservation Authority approves the building there, that would have to come back here and all that?
Emma?
Through you, Mr. Chair, yes, the severance could be conditional on the completion of a karst assessment. Only risk there is that if the karst assessment shows that sort of if there isn't a building area on severed lot 2, the lot lines would need to be adjusted, and then that would need to come back to committee. So the deferral would allow you to confirm for sure that the lot line as you've got drawn, there's a building area on that, and then can go ahead. If it were to be conditioned, then would have to come back with the new plan and recirculate it as well.
So what you're saying, Emma, that if we were to approve it, and then they do a karst assessment, and it proves that the lot lines are wrong, then everything has to be redone and reapplied.
Through you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I believe that's the process.
So it would be a cost factor again.
Yes,
If it's large changes.
if it's a large change.
Pardon me?
If it's a large change.
Yes, yes. Yes, there's always that possibility.
Mhm.
Okay, people. Yes, Bob,
I'd like to put a motion on the floor then that we defer it,
that we which?
that we defer it until the report from Conservation Authority comes in.
And
Okay, we have motion that we defer. Do we have a seconder? Yes,
Through you,
Marilyn?
Mr. Chair, just wanted to confirm this first application is for the lot addition. Just looking to clarify, like, the Severance 2 is the one that has the, like, identified karst and would require the detailed karst assessment. So just looking to confirm if it's the owner's preference and committee's intention to defer all the applications, or just the one that specifically has the comment from Quinty related to karst.
Well, I see it's been the recommendation that they all be deferred.
Yes.
So how does the committee want to handle this? Defer them all or pick? Yes, Bob?
I think we're going to have to defer them all if that's what the recommendation of Conservation Authority is. Because if not, if one has to change, maybe they all have to change lot lines, especially the two on that side of the road. It could be more than just one have to be changed.
Marilyn, is that in your your motion?
I can understand that in some ways, that means that you're sort of deferring it and coming back for everything at the same time. And hopefully, that time, it will all be completed at that time. I do understand you're probably anxious to get started, but
Yes, George?
Back in 2000, there was appeals court I went to in the county. That's what I went to, and I can't remember offhand who it was with. But I was told, I went up and pleaded my case. But next 10 days, I got a letter saying that the county had accepted the conditions to build where I want it. Now, is there any appeals court here? Or is it gone by, like the weed inspector?
Emma?
And there you, Mr. Chair, there's the Ontario Land Tribunal, which handles appeals of Planning Act decisions in the province. Oh, sorry, I can speak louder. The Ontario Land Tribunal, which handles appeals for Planning Act applications in the province. Through you, yes, you would have the right to appeal. However, the staff are supportive provided the karst assessment is completed for Severance 2.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, moved by Bob, second by Marilyn. Yes, Marilyn?
one more question. Mr. Fenwick is concerned that that this is the end and that he would have to move on to the Ontario Land Tribunal, but we're not there yet. In other words, what Emma was saying was, in fact, that once they look at that karst and check it out and make sure that there is a spot on that parcel that you can actually build without the possibility of building where the karst is, and that is a larger parcel, is it not? Then you probably wouldn't have to worry about the Ontario Land Tribunal. It's just we're waiting for the experts to, and Emma isn't it in this case. It would be Cataraqui Conservation Authority, is that correct?
Quinty Conservation.
Quinty, sorry.
But yes,
So Quinty Conservation Authority would be the experts that can tell whether that karst is there, and if so, if it would interfere with the building envelope that you would want to use. And in that case, then you might have to move some lines or move your building parcel. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, through you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, that would be correct. And so after the deferral, this is just the committee's way of saying sort of pause until they receive more information, and then you'd come back to committee once the karst assessment is completed to be able to then the committee can either approve or deny. And staff's recommendation, assuming there is an area for severance two that can be located outside of karst, would be to approve. Through you, Mr. Chair, we need supportive comments from Quinte Conservation confirming that the proposed severance is outside of hazardous lands as identified by the provincial policy statement. Quinte's been on site and they've provided us comments saying that they have concerns about the presence of karst topography. So in order for us to be able, as planners, we need to confirm that all severances meet the intent of the provincial policy statement. So currently Quinte has indicated that they need additional information to be able to confirm that there's a building area outside of hazardous areas, in this case karst. So we're looking to confirm that prior to proceeding.
The bottom line is we get a karst evaluation to satisfy the Quinte Conservation Authority.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Unfortunately, it'll cost you people money, but it's an exercise that Quinte wants, and I can't see how we can pass it any otherwise until that is satisfied.
Yeah, I go ahead and it goes through. Everyone else on the whole street would be in the same situation. But seeing as I got through, they won't have to pay for anything. It'll go to automatic.
Yep, through you, Mr. Chair. I can speak to that. The karst topography, I'll say, is a relatively recent that the Quinte Conservation is really regulating. So, historically, the karst assessment may not have been completed for other properties in the area on the road, but we have to deal with the policies of the day. And today, that's Quinte's mandate to review for karst. And currently, they're not satisfied. There's an area outside. They just need more information. And we're unable to approve an application without supportive comments from Quinte, especially as it relates to the hazardous lands and karst topography.
So we have a motion to defer, moved by Bob, seconded by Marilyn. Do we do them all? Because they've all been recommended to be deferred, or do we do them individually?
If you do them all at once, what if when they get, if you defer them all, that's fine. But if you just do one, and then the lines have to change somewhere, then that might affect the other pieces off the side.
Yes, Marilyn?
Bob's mic isn't on.
I think they should ought to be done individually, correct? Procedurally, yeah, that's my thoughts, Randy.
Okay.
So, okay, we have a mover and a seconder on lot 1, B11-2024 to defer. All those in favor?
We're talking about lot 1?
Lot 1,
Lot to defer.
Yeah.
to defer.
Is that the one in question?
No, not yet.
Jordan?
That's Stacy's.
So that's Stacy.
No, what he's saying is deferring all of them.
So this is not the one with the car.
Through you, Mr. Chair, yes, lot 1 is the proposed lot addition. Quinte had no objections to the creation of severance 1.
That was the motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, I'm just getting it straight.
Mm.
Randy saying we need to go one by one.
Yes.
So we will be referring them all parts one.
Yes.
One at a time, procedural. Okay,
I shall second.
all those in favor? Okay. We'll move on. B12. 24, Lot 2, unaddressed McGill Road. Recommendation is to defer. Moved by Bob, second by Marilyn, to defer.
Yes.
Yes,
Further discussion?
no,
All those in favor? Carried. B13-24, Lot 3, McGill Road, 298 McGill Road. The recommendation is again to defer. Moved by Merrill, second by Bob, to defer.
Yes.
Any further discussion?
No.
no,
All those in favor?
What's the house?
Carried.
Number 4. Number 4.
B13-2024. No, I said, I'm wrong. B14, right?
D14, yes.
B14, sorry.
Yeah.
298 McGill Road. Recommendation to be deferred. Moved by Marilyn, seconded by Bob. Any further discussion, concerns?
no,
No.
All those in favor? Carried. Okay, I guess that's it.
Sure.
You have anything to say, Star? Go ahead.
He wants to know what happened. Can I explain it to him?
Pardon me?
He just wants to know what just happened.
Emma?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the committee just motioned to defer all 4 applications until the karst assessment is completed. Just to confirm that if lot lines need to be changed, then all the applications can come back for the decision. Yes, yes. That one was deferred today. Yes, all 4 severance applications were just deferred.
So what is the next step then?
The next step would be for you to get the karst assessment completed. We can provide a list of consultants who work in the township. They would come do the karst assessment. Once that's completed, it will be submitted to the township as well as Quinte Conservation. They'll then provide updated comments, and then you'd come back to committee, and then we'd go through all the applications again, similar to today, and the committee would motion to either approve, defer, or deny again. And I'll just reiterate as well that
Anything further,
It's
Star?
gonna cost me more money, Bob.
Pardon me?
It's gonna cost me more money.
I can't hear you.
Is there another fee involved for this going on?
You'll have to do a karst assessment, yes.
Yeah,
There-
and how much
there'll
is,
be a
can you
cost
tell
on it.
me what that's gonna cost me?
I have no idea, George.
Well,
You
somebody
know?
must.
You know?
no, I'm through you, Mr. Chair. Unfortunately, I do not have pricing available for what it would cost to do a karst assessment. It would be subject to like the engineer's fees. So no, I'm sorry, I don't have a ballpark information to be able to provide you today.
Well, I'm not putting out any more money. You got ridiculous fees as it is.
It costs money, George. I agree. I agree. But we have to, rules and regs that we have to follow and people that we have to answer to. I mean,
So it is, can't tell yourself.
my recommendation, George, is you've gone this far. I mean, look at what your lots are gonna be worth once you get them severed off.
I'm giving this to my kids.
I know, But it costs money. I'm sorry. I sympathize, but
But then turn around, I can wait till I'm dead and it goes to the kids. It'd be cheaper that way, wouldn't it?
Well, we just need to get the cars done on that.
anything further to
Oh,
add?
let's hope the Farm Federation gets involved in this.
Okay.
Okay, I guess,
You do the car study and bring that back. And as what I have read so far, that's the only thing that we need to have.
Okay.
but you can't tell me what it's gonna cost me.
Well, they don't.
Okay?
The Conservation Authority might be able to give some insight on what it might cost.
If you want to talk to Conservation Authority and get their number through the office here, and you can talk to them personally,
All right.
Thank you.
okay?
Yep.
Okay, B 27-2024. 503 Huffman Road, Hicks. Someone here? There we are. Brandon?
Yes.
Been a long time.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Emma, you're on.
All right, through you, Mr. Chair. Consent application B 27-2024 seeks to sever and create a separately conveyable parcel containing a resident surplus to a farming operation. The proposed severed lot, which contains the surplus farm dwelling, has an area of approximately 0.8 hectares with 54 meters of frontage on Huffman Road, and it contains a single detached dwelling, shed, and barn. The retained parcel has a lot area of approximately 41.5 hectares with 92 meters of frontage on Huffman Road and is developed with a barn. So the proposed severance, again, is to separate a existing dwelling that's been made surplus to a farming operation. The provincial policy statement, county official plan, and township official plan support severances for this exact situation in order to sort of free up farm owners from having to deal with additional dwellings that aren't needed as part of their operation. So based on this, the proposed severance generally meets the intent of the PPS as well as the township official plan. We'll note that MDS was looked at for this proposal as there's a barn on the retained parcel as well as in the areas. So in order to comply with MDS for surplus farm dwelling severances, MDS setbacks don't apply if the barns are on separate lots prior to the severance, but MDS would apply from the barn on the retained lands. That did generate a setback, so in order to address this and ensure that the proposal complies with MDS, the rezoning will a rezoning is required as a condition of consent to prevent the keeping of livestock just within the barn on the retained lands. And as a condition as well for the surplus farm severances, the retained lands are required to be rezoned to prohibit residential uses, and this is to protect the long-term use of the parcel for agricultural uses. As mentioned before, so the proposed frontages and areas are slightly less than what's permitted within the township zoning bylaw. However, so a rezoning is required, and this will address the deficient lot area and frontages as well. And again, it's supportable as the intention is to free up a farm parcel from an existing dwelling. So in summary, we'll just confirm that the proposed severance with the recommended condition is consistent with the intent of the provincial policy statement, conforms to the County of Lennox and Addington official plan, the Township of Stone Mills official plan, and generally will meets the intent of the township zoning bylaw, provided the noted conditions are satisfied. And I'll just highlight again that there is a rezoning conditional on this severance to prohibit the residential uses on the retained, and as well as address the MDS.
Thank you, Ann. Questions or concerns from committee members? No? Any comments, Brendan?
No.
Ask for a motion, please. Yes, Bob? Motion to approve?
Yes.
Second by Marilyn. Any further discussion? We have a motion to approve. All those in favor? Carried.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, we're on to minor variance applications. A 12-2023, 130 North Beaver Lake Road. We have someone here representing? No? Okay, Emma, you're on.
All right, through you, Mr. Chair, application A12 2023 is recommended to be deferred pending a comprehensive submission that includes the site plan, floor plans, and elevation drawings. An application in order for them to be consistent, so we can confirm areas of relief required.
You see the recommendation, yes, Bob? Yeah, recommendation to defer. Moved by Bob to defer, second by Marilyn to defer. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Carried. A 17-2023, 76 and 80 Magnolia Lane, file.
Through you, Mr. Chair, proposed minor variance application A17 2023 seeks to request relief from the lot area, lot frontage, front yard setback, interior side yard setback, and waterfront setbacks in order to facilitate the proposed severance that we discussed earlier at first on tonight's agenda. We reviewed the proposal against the 4 tests of minor variance. The requested areas of relief are in order to recognize the location of existing development on the subject lands. From our review of the 4 tests of minor variance, it's my professional planning opinion that the proposal generally maintains the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw to ensure that structures are adequately separated from lot lines and existing uses. Is minor. The existing development, it's existing, so no new negative impacts are anticipated as a result of the proposed reductions. And overall, the proposed development is desirable and appropriate as it will reestablish 2 separately conveyable lots that merge by process of the Planning Act. It's also consistent with the intent of the official plan, which, as discussed through the severance application, generally permits the continuation of existing non-conforming and non-complying uses, provided that it doesn't worsen the existing situation. So based on this, it's my proposed or my professional planning opinion that the proposal meets the 4 tests of minor variance, is desirable and appropriate, and should be approved pending the noted conditions are satisfied.
Thanks, Emma. Concern, yes, Marilyn?
I wish to make a motion to approve.
Can't hear you.
Make motion to approve.
Thank you. Second by Bob. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Carried. A 04-24, 202 Neville Point Road.
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair. Application A04 2024 seeks to a variance to facilitate the construction of a detached accessory structure located on the north side of the subject property, closer to the front lot line than permitted by the bylaw. From our review, we'll note that the zoning bylaw, my apologies, the rear yard. The zoning bylaw considers on waterfront lots, the waterfront line is intended to be the front lot line. So Neville Point Road is the rear yard, and a reduction from 10 meters to 7.5 meters is requested. The proposed 7.5 meter reduction is consistent with typical front yard requirements in the zoning bylaw. From our review, we reviewed the variance against the 4 tests of minor variance. The proposal generally meets the intent of the county official plan as well as the Township of Stone Mills official plan, being that residential uses are permitted in this designation and the proposed garage will be accessory to that. And it generally maintains the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw to ensure that there's safe setbacks from the road. The proposed request is minor, as no negative impacts are going to be anticipated from a result of this reduced setback. And the proposed development and proposed variance is desirable, as it's desirable to have detached accessory structures with residential uses. So based on this, it's our professional opinion that the proposed variance meets the 4 tests subject to the noted conditions. And we would recommend approval.
Thank you. Questions, concerns from the committee members? Yes, Bob?
I took it that the grant is up with that one black trailer was on kind of a hill.
I think so. Okay. Any more? Yes, Bob? Motion to, Bob has moved that we approve. Have a seconder? Yes, Merrill, you want to say
Just-
something?
Just had a question. When I was over there, I see they've done a lot of tree cutting and so forth, but I assume that the Conservation Authority has been in there and had a look-see.
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, Conservation Authority had no objections to the proposal, and my understanding is that, yes, the owner has been in consultation with Quinty with regards to getting permits for development.
Okay.
Yes. I'll second the motion.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Anyone in the audience or any committee members have anything further to add to our meeting? Questions, concerns? Yes, sir.
I just want to thank you.
Join us at the table, please.
Yeah, sure.
Give us your name.
I'm with File Magnolia. I just wanted to thank everybody for their time and staff and the committee members. This is a great day for our family. Thank you.
That's nice to hear. Thank you.
Good luck, carry on.
Staff have any concerns pertaining to? No? Okay, we have a proposed committee of adjustment meeting schedule. I'm sure everyone, Bob and Marilyn, you have seen it.
Yes,
Any concerns or questions?
no,
If not, I guess I need an approval to accept it.
I'll
Moved by Marilyn, second by Bob. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Carried. I guess we came to the end of our meeting. I thank everyone for their attendance. Everyone have a good evening. Thanks again.
thank you.